Good evening. I am here, and so are you, which is brilliant. Thank you. Oh, what a nightmare, eh? Technology is wonderful when it works and not so wonderful when it doesn't, eh? So yes, as I can see, some of my local group are online today and saying that unfortunately it was in a huge area. I don't know quite what happened, but I do know that from about 9 o'clock this morning we had no internet and no phone. I realised afterwards. I did have my mobile, which the mobile signal was still working, which is how I managed to get out some details to you and say what was going on. And it finally came back on about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and fingers crossed and everything that it is going to be here, because we've got our card kit to show you. And come on, it's a bit much when we can't, especially as the card kit subscribers have already paid money and don't even know what they're getting. But I can assure you it's going to be brilliant. And it is this is what we've got. So the card kit, January card kit, is available now over on the website for those of you who haven't pre-ordered / subscribed. It's a nice little number. We are going to make a 6-inch card, and we are going to include with our set, underneath here, hiding, is our new 5 squares, easy frames number 5. So these are going to be the last of the plain squares sizes, because I think we've covered all of them now. This, I think we probably wouldn't go any smaller. This is for if you were to be doing a 5-inch card. I'll show you how it would look. Just bring in a sample for that. So this would be a 5-inch card, and you can see how it would fit. This you may recognise from last year, which was one of the Say It With Flowers grey or grayscale, I think it was called, which is really pretty. So ideal for the quick sort of cards, batch cards with decoupage, that type of thing. And so, you know, it's ideal. However, I don't make many 5-inch cards, I have to say, but I think it makes an amazing accent, and that's really what this one was all about. So that's for the size that it's meant. We're going to be using it on a 6-inch, and I'll show you at the end an 8-inch card that this also can be used on. So this is what you're going to get in your card kit. So those are all winging their way to the card kit subscribers already, so they're on their way. And then you will also get a more or less free gift. Now the free gift is one of about 7 different ones. These happen to be just 2 of the mini expressions sentiments from Creative Expressions. As I said, I think there's 7 different sentiments that I've randomly sent out. If you have already got it, then be a friend and pass it on to someone that hasn't. Maybe do a swap even. But there are, as I said, 7 different ones, many of which people have not got, but they're just an addition, shall we say, because they're not an essential. You could have it, anything that you wanted in the centre of that card. So what I'm going to show you now is how to make this little card here. Let's pass all those things on here. Wait a minute. Pass the parcel and show you this in all its glory. So this is going to look a bit daft because I want to sit it up, because it sits up like that. Now you can't see it. Okay, so yeah, it sits up like that as a star. The points here down the bottom are where it's actually sitting. Okay, and you will then get to see this part, but it's open on its side. Don't know how to show you the best way, but it's a really lovely card. Have done a very similar one of this about 3 years ago now, but not with our lovely easy frames. So that's what we're going for. Now let me explain what else you're going to get in your kit. So you will get, they will vary as to what colour way that you've got. So some people will be going with a lilac and white colour. So you'll get 3 different papers from this selection here. And some people will be going with the mint or ice blue, which the colour card is to go with it. So the card that goes with this is called Soft Lavender. We've had that before as well. Works beautifully with it. And the card that goes with this is called Ice Blue, both Creative Expressions cards. And again, you will get, if you go with this one, it will be 3 colorways with that. Patterns are the same. If you look at the top here, the patterns are the same, just the color. And I thought they worked rather well. So you will get 3 sheets of one of these. You'll get a couple of sheets of the hammered white card. You will get 1 sheet of your coloured card. So this one's ice blue, or as I said, if you've gone for the, or not gone for, if you are getting this one, the soft lavender, you'll get a sheet of that, which gives you plenty to work with. And you will also get a 6x6 card blank. So there is your card blank. Okay, so let us start off. So there's our card blank, and I'm taking 3 sheets of paper. No, beg your pardon. Let's take one of the white sheets, white pieces of card. So let's take one of the white pieces of card, and from the white pieces of card, we need to cut some papers. So this you can cut from 1 piece of paper, 1 piece of card, I beg your pardon. And you will need, beg your pardon, I'm just trying to, right, okay. From hammered card, you will need 1 piece, which is 14 centimetres by 14 centimetres. And then another piece, which is 13.5 centimetres by 13.5 centimetres. So that's your 2 pieces of white card that you need to cut out. So that goes with your card blank. Then from your coloured pieces of paper, you need to, it doesn't matter which ones you choose, which one goes first. So I have then cut out 1 piece, which is 14 centimetres by 14, and that's going to fit onto my card base. Then onto the next size piece of card, I've cut a piece which is 13.5 centimetres by 13.5 centimetres. And finally, to fit on this piece, we've cut a piece which is 13 centimetres by 13. So all looking pretty good. So first of all, I'm going to stick them all down. So let's do that. Start off with the smallest one first, and simply going to pop that, whoops, onto there. Do you know, it's quite incredible, isn't it, when the internet doesn't work? I felt as if my right hand had been chopped off today. It was so frustrating. But there you go. That is technology for you, isn't it, these days? And as I say, I'm not quite sure what caused the problem. But, yeah, not good. Not good. So that's the smallest one. Obviously leaves a little bit of a white border all the way around. So that's onto there. Then our second piece. So as I said, if you're into sort of just small cards, the 5x5s, personally I don't do them very often. And then that's when, so one of our ladies, Kaz, she said, are you going to be doing any smaller ones? And I thought, I don't know that people do smaller cards very much. So I don't know, think about that one. And then I thought, do you know what? We're missing a trick here with all of these beautiful ideas that we could have that actually would work really, really well to accent things. And as I said, the decoupage and little bits and pieces, you often got little things, just even sentiments that you would like that just need to be shown off. And so that's what we've gone for. So now this card might look a little bit unusual. It certainly is, but it is very, very simple to put together. So I'm going to now take my card blank, and I have got my side folding. So the fold of my card is down here. So when I open it up, it's like that. Okay, so the side is down here. Now I then need to take my next size down. So that's the one that was the 14 centimeters for the white and 13.5 for the piece of paper. And I'm going to put that down so there is an absolute triangle, diamond on there. So when I look at it, I'm going to get it so that it has got a fairly even corners from here. Okay, don't need to measure anything, I just need to see it like that. So when I look at it, and I'm going to stick this down straight on its side there, I don't need to put any glue onto those very outer corners. That's all. So I'm just going to make sure that I sort of draw myself that bit there. Not got glue on any of the 4 corners, but I have got some in the middle. So now I'm going to put that back again. And as I said, I'm going to place that so as far as I can tell, I've got even pieces in the corner here and even pieces hanging over the edge like so. Okay, so that's that piece, and then when we open it, it will open like this. Okay, and you're thinking, how's that going to stand up then? Wait a minute, let's put some foam on the back of this one. So this is the smallest piece of white card, which is 13.5 centimeters square, and then the smallest piece of patterned paper even, and that one's 13 centimeters square. I'm going to take some 2mm foam and pop that on the back of here. Now I'm also going to make sure that I'm not going to put it on those corner pieces, because otherwise that's going to be in the way. So I'm just going to put it into the center more or less, because I would just want it to sit up very slightly. So I'll take those pieces off. Pop a little bit of glue, although I will first of all show you where we're going to position it. Should have done that first. So again, bringing my card back with that fold on the left hand side, I'm going to position my last piece so that these corners of this one are poking out between these two, and again there, etc, etc. So if I place it roughly there, you can see that they will be poking out just about in the right position. Okay, so I'm then going to pop a little bit of glue onto there, and then just placing them so they're sort of halfway, trying to get that as even as I can, and press that down. So that when I then go to stand my card up, we have then got something whereby it can actually sit onto, sorry, get it around the right way, that way. We can, no, that way, that's right. We can then sit it on. Okay, so now let's get our little frame done. So as I said, we've got a brilliant frame here. Bring this over so we can see what you're doing again, see what we're doing again. So we're going to make this frame here. So as with all the easy frames, we've got our wider piece, which is going to be, in this case, the coloured one, and our narrower piece, which is in this case going to be our white one. And we will also need to save the white piece here. So that's the center. We will need to save the center of this one here. Okay. So let me just bring in those pieces. Whoops, hold on. So we just need to bring in our card and bring in my platform. Now I'll see if I'm going to be very clever here and do two at the same time. What do you reckon? So that one there that one there. Our outer piece is our blue piece, and our inner piece is our white. See if we can get that all done in one. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Whoops. There we go. So we don't need the pieces of that, but we do need that one. So that's our beautifully cut outer frame. And then our beautifully cut inner frame, which will go one on top of the other like that. And then we've also got this piece, as I say, which we want to keep, because if you look at this, you can see that I'm going to put that back inside, and that's where the sentiment's going to go. Okay. So let me just take this out of the way to make sure we got that one. Pop these two together. So simply put our frame on top of there. Now this would also look really lovely if you were going to do it in dark colours. No, you shouldn't really say that a man needs dark colours, but I think it would still look really lovely if you just went with a dark colour, and then it would be, you know, just as good there. So let's bring in this. I'm going to now pop some foam onto our second piece there, and that little piece is going to go in the centre. Now you could put some pencil marks on there if you wish, if you wanted it to be exact. Let's just try, but I think I've got it more or less there. So that's our centerpiece there. Bring this back in with our foam, pop some foam on the back. You don't have to have foam, but I just think that it looks nice. Now you could see with the little sample that I've been showing you there that I've popped some flowers on. You don't have to have that. Oh, sorry, dropped the foam. You don't have to have the flowers on, but I'm sure you've got some flowers at home that if you wish to, which I think looks quite nice, just to add a little bit more embellishment, but you really don't have to. And again, if you didn't put the foam like I'm doing on, you could have this as a completely flat card, really. So it works in all sorts of different ways that you could use. Bring my card back in. Oops. Pop that over the top. Now I've got one here that says sending much love, so that's going to go into the centre. Again, because you will have the sentiment, it is quite nice to layer these up. It gives a little bit more dimension. So maybe a couple of layers, maybe even 3, would look really nice as well. So just popping a little bit of glue onto here to get this to stay stuck in the middle. But again, you could also put your decoupage bit in the centre here. You don't have to put a sentiment. You could put another small little die cut in here, all sorts. I'm just going to pop that into the centre. Now, of course, because I've already cut them, I'm going to use some of the daisy blossoms. Daisy blossoms, I got it right. So these are last year's collection from Jamie Rogers, who's left Creative Expressions, which was a sad thing to see. I'm sure he'll go on to do some really fab things. But yeah, I was really enjoying his design, so I'm sure there'll be someone else that will come up for Creative Expressions that will be taking on some of those roles. In fact, I have seen, I think I said that I've seen some of the new ones coming out and they're really fab. So looking forward to working with those. For those of you who have been doing the workshops with me in the past, I have now got the one sorted out for this month. I will be sending you all an email tomorrow. So do look out for that. All the information and everything that you'll need will be there. And that is for the 27th of this month, which when you think we've gone through a week already of this month, it's quite incredible, isn't it? So for a centre, I think I'm going to put a little pearl into the centre of these. So I'll just do that before we get going. So I think we've got to have large pearl for the centre of that first. Obviously these ones also came with a centre piece anyway, a little centre flower centre that you could cut out. Oh, I thought we'd put some pearls in. Why not, we say. So as we said, this is the card kit for January, and this is the first year that we have gone for subscribing to the kit. So a lot of you, thank you so much. And once again, thank you very much to Sarah for collating all of that for me. Mammoth task, but we managed, and they are all ready. They're already gone, so those people will be getting those in the next couple of days, but there are still some left over. That won't always be the case, that there's loads left over, but I have still got some because I didn't want you to miss out for the very first time. So I'm going to put 3 little flowers down here, one up at the top, using the silicone glue or pin flare. I've just raised, I've popped 2 of those, one on top of the other, and then I've just raised the doodahs, the petals even. So a little bit on here. One down there, and then the little one. As I said though, the flowers aren't included, but I'm sure you've got something. If you wish to use flowers, I'm sure you've got something at home that you could use. So this is including in your kit will be a random sentiment, but most importantly, the brand new, never had these before, the smaller ones of our whole set, which is the Easy Frames Square 5, and they are all ready to go out to you. You can see. So this is one version, one colour. This is another colour, and the sentiments will vary, but otherwise you have everything there in order to make those. As I said, if you do like making small batch cards, maybe thank you cards, that type of thing, you've got this type. This is the 5x5 card blank. And then just to show you, I hope my son's not watching this one because I've done his card for the week after next. This is an 8x8. Don't want to squash what's underneath. This is an 8x8. Perfect as an accent. I think you can see possibly that I've put a music background embossing folder there, cut some stars out, popped my frame with my satin gold, and then hammered. Actually, that's not hammered, that's black leather. It's not real leather, black leather card, and cut out, because he's going to be 35 and he's not even my baby. Can you imagine it? But you can see that this die set is going to be rather versatile because you can go for 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever size card you want. It will be a beautiful addition to your kit. So that's all available over on the website right now. I didn't even have a chance to load it this morning, which is why it didn't appear because normally it would appear at 11 o'clock, but it didn't, because I didn't even have a chance to load that. So thank you for your continued chance to come and have a look what I was doing and what I was up to, despite the internet, and despite my dad's theories about it must have been the Russians doing it. Oh dear. Anyway, okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, you can do it as a top fold. You really can. I can't wait to see what you do with them all, actually. I picked up some other little decoupage things, and I was going to go a bit mad and do a load of the 5-inch cards and thought, no, stop. You could also, of course, put this whole thing. Let's imagine that this is a 5x7 card. Just a second. Right, 5x7 card, and then you could have that at the top of your 5x7 card, your sentiment down the bottom here. Put your decoupage picture in there, or even a picture of the person that you're sending it to, and that's your 5x7 card. So it really is, despite the fact that I thought, do you know what, I don't think I need that size in my collection, I now think I do. So I hope you do as well. For those of you who have got it already on the way, thank you so much for your support, and I hope that you enjoy your kit when it arrives very, very soon. The instructions and everything will be sent out too. Yeah, it's nice to be here an evening. The only thing I thought was that the light might have been better this morning because it has been such a beautiful sunny day here. But hey ho, we managed, didn't we? As I said, thank you for joining me today. I'll be back on Wednesday with a bit of a technique-y type of thing. So that'll be this coming Wednesday, which will be, let's look at the right calendar, the 10th already, the 10th of January. So I hope you can join me then, 6 o'clock. And I shall return with you next Sunday as well at 11, all being well, internet, health and all the rest of it. We are back with a vengeance. Take care, everyone. Thank you. And I'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.